Hi, I'm Susan Evans from susanevans.org, and today I'm going to be talking about speech therapy that I've been using with my son and to help him to overcome his stuttering. My son is 12 years old and he's a homeschooled kid, and he's stuttered on and off throughout his life. Sometimes it's barely noticeable and other times it's really worse, and over Christmas break his stuttering increased to such a degree that I was very concerned as his mom. And I was talking to my sister on the phone who has some speech background, and she said that adults who are stutterers, that it's much harder to overcome stuttering because of the patterns of speech that have been developed by then. And so she said, you need to get help immediately. And so I prayed, actually, that God would show me what I was supposed to use for speech therapy for my son, because he was stuttering every single sentence. And so I didn't know exactly what to do. And a couple weeks later, I was contacted about doing a review for the Hello Foundation, which is speech therapy of all things. So that was an answer to prayer for us. And we were able to do some speech therapy online. That was private speech therapy. So what I did to get started is I went to the Hello Foundation.com, and it has speech therapists that you click on, and then you can choose your speech therapist, and then you contact them, and they set up a 40-minute free consultation with you to see if it's a good fit for your family. Then they set up the first appointment, and it's not over Skype, it's over something called GoToMeeting, which they give you a link and a password to get in, and then you're basically talking as if you're talking face-to-face with that speech therapist. Now, from the very beginning, the speech therapist was really friendly and highly skilled in what she was doing. She gave my son specific skills to help him to overcome his stuttering, and I saw immediate progress from the very beginning. So I was just really overjoyed that it worked. So the speech therapist knew exactly what she was doing. She got some speech samples from him by talking to him about his life. He read a passage from a book to her so she could see like what he stuttered on and things like that. And then in another session she did breathing exercises, speech articulation, and awareness of his speech. Like he would say different sounds and she would point to either the back of the throat or the front, so that he has control over his speech. And then she mentioned something called early onset, where you elongate a first syllable. And so we had him practice that throughout the week. And I mean, his stuttering has gone down so much that some days he doesn't stutter at all. And to go from stuttering every single sentence, because I think it's because he was a preteen, he's 12, so I think the emotion and everything of growing into being a teenager has caused the severity of his stuttering so much, that it was the worst in his life a couple months ago, and now it's like almost gone. And so what they do with you here is they set you up for a specific amount of sessions. So you buy like 5 sessions, and then they try to equip you and get as much progress as possible within those sessions, so that you don't have to just, have speech therapy forever necessarily if that's not what you want. And so I think that's highly helpful. I think that their rates are reasonable. And so I would recommend it for homeschoolers like my family, especially if you live out in the country and you don't want to drive anywhere for speech therapy, or for anybody who wants speech therapy, private speech therapy in their own home. Take a look at a speech therapy session in action.
What do you want to study when you grow up?
Parasitology.
Wow, tell me about that.
Study.
What is that?
It's the study of microscopic parasites. Like
Cool.
there's one which its common name is the brain-eating amoeba. It lives in lakes, and it comes in through your nose, and then it gets to your spinal cord, climbs up, and starts eating brain cells.
That's disgusting.
I know, it's disgusting.
Good. Okay. Awesome. Okay.
Is it all parasites?
I love the content. First of all, it's really exciting that you want to study this and you know so much about it. I pulled out some little phrases that you said within that conversation. So I was really listening, but I also was writing down some things, some content for us to practice a little bit, okay? So one of the words you said is organism, and you got stuck on that. So let's practice working into that, just starting into that with a smooth, easy onset, okay?
Organism.
Good, and now put that in a sentence.
There's also an organism called a volvox.
You are awesome, that was great. Okay, another phrase that you said is under the microscope. So I want you to say that and put an easy onset on both under and microscope, okay?
Also, when I look under the microscope, I see
Awesome.
little teensy weensy dots.
Good, very good, okay. Then you said you got stuck on brain eating amoeba. So I want you to say that and start with brain with a slow, easy onset, and same with eating, okay?
Brain eating amoeba.
Very good.
I'm Susan Evans from susanevans.org. Thanks for watching.